last year, this time. I think a lot of you left in tears. I was going through a crazy part of motherhood where the enemy was having me question who I was as a mother. Not as a servant of God, not as a woman of God, but as a mother. That's some rough stuff right there. How many of you in here know that the struggle of a mother is real? It's not a simple thing. It's not something that's, I have a baby, I take care of the baby, I see the baby here, I go the baby there. There's so much more because we carry these children in our womb for so many months. And we think the delivery and we're done. Sometimes I wish it was that easy. But I want to share with you, I've come a long way. And I want to talk about the faith of a mother, the growth of a mother, and that mother is me. This is my biggest thing right now. I've heard it all year round. Mothers are saying, we all have these children, more than one child, right? They all grow up in the same household. We all, teach them the right rules, morals, and values. They're all the same. We feed them the same, treat them the same, and we wonder, what the heck happened to these 2, 3, 4? They come out into the world, and all of a sudden, they didn't get that mess from us. And then, the parents start going back and forth. No, that's you, that was you. That's not me, that was you. But we know that once we release our kids to the world grabs a hold of them, whether we want them to or not. We have Proverbs 22? Teach the kids, raise them in the admonition of God, and they'll never forget where they come from, no matter how deep, how far, how wide, no matter where they go. They're going to come back and they'll remember, this is what God has instilled in me from birth. That's our job as parents. And I've come to the realization that I have some nerve to want to have a child and make their dreams my dreams. We want them to grow up, get married, get a degree, have beautiful children. I mean, this is the white picket fence and what we want for our children. How dare me, right? God already has a plan. God has already made a plan for every single one of us from the day He has chosen mom and dad and put that little seed inside. So God already knows the end result, but we call ourselves helping Him out. That's what I used to do. I used to help God out, especially with this guy right here, my oldest child, Pastor Mike. So, we try to steer and lead and guide, but we got to teach the kids the basics. To love ourselves as God loves us, to love each other. I mean, our purpose, our assignment, all of these things that we learn as adults is what we should be instilling into our kids.
That's right.
And a lot of times as a parent, we lose sight of that. Because guess what? When they step foot out, how many of you guys know that your kids are not the same damn kids that are in your house?
Amen.
Do you know that? They step out the door, they're with their friends, and they probably know every damn cuss word. They know everything that we think they don't know. Well, the problem is we used to be kids ourselves, right? Some of the stuff they're doing, we created.
That's right.
We was out there cussing and fighting and smoking and drinking and doing all kinds of stuff at age, don't tell, at certain ages, right? Shut up. So, how dare us? That's all I'm going to say. They all come into us a different way and come out the delivery. Each child's delivery is different, correct? You know what's so weird? What I realize is every delivery represents the child at a teenage year. Yeah, ask my kids why they laugh. They know this. They know each child was a. I had to shut the shop after good old Miss V. Okay, Vita didn't want to come out. She ran her butt back up after I was down 2 centimeters, and I was like, "Are you for real? Is this happening?" My girl, she didn't want to go out. Please. And then, they give us the good old epidural. Girl, I'm feeling good. Come on, Vita, let's go, girl. She wasn't coming nowhere. So epidural wears off, and Vita decides to come on down. Hey, here I come. Just saying, the delivery represents who they are. So she comes through the canal. Hey, here I come. The nurse talking trash. Oh, she's blonde, sir. Might want to get up and whoop her butt, then whoop my butt. Because she's white as snow, but all three of them came out white as snow. Right? Simeon, my first child, poor child, he was up in there forever that his head was a coma. Right? And he happens to be, he was just so patient, so loving. He just comes out and, hey, what's going on there, buddy? I'm here, what's up? I didn't feel a thing with Simeon. I was high as a kite. This probably was wrong with you now. I was high as a kite, and he just comes out, head pointed up, and he was like, hey, what's good? I was farting and having a good old time on my epidural. But he comes out, I don't know how long, I think we were in labor for 12 hours just to get him through. You know, the doctor said that's what you get for crossing a Great Dane and a Chihuahua, and you're going to sit up there for a while. So that's Simeon. Seth was my easiest birth of all. Right? Y'all see Seth. He cool. He walk around. Yeah. What you need? What you want? What? Shut up! I don't want to hear it. That's to his sisters and brothers, right? He's serious. Seth's delivery was my whole pregnancy. I was scared to death when I found out I was pregnant with Seth because of V. Do you hear me? The whole delivery. I don't know how many of you mothers have delivered a child and failed everything. After that, I said, I am not. And then this big head dude, you see the babies? Big heads, they all coming through. I was scared to death after Rita. I had bloodshot eyes because I was pushing so hard to get this girl out. Everything, my face was, you could see my veins, my eyes were red. I was like, I can't do it. And let me tell you, Mike had the nerve to tell me that, babe, I think you're going to have another baby. 2 years later, I said, I will kill you. I will kill you. Don't even speak those words. And nothing was tied up yet. So I was like, don't say that, please. I was so scared. Then his business partner tells him, hey, I had a dream. You know what I had a dream about Flo having this little baby wrapped around her leg? I mean, she's describing Seth Davis to a T. I cried when I found out I was pregnant. 2 weeks straight, laid in the bed and I cried because I was so scared to deliver another child. Can you believe that? Scared to death. I wasn't going to have it. But I knew this. Once this sucker comes out, I'm done. Shop is closed. If it's sewed up, tied up, hot glue it, do what you got to do. It has to be over. I couldn't do that. But God blessed me with an amazing doctor with Seth. Throughout the whole pregnancy, I was cool, but I was still scared. And the delivery, smooth as ice. And that's how Seth is right now. He's always just, you know, Seth doesn't talk too much. He's very quiet. That's kind of scary. I don't like that too much, and I told him that. But when he applies himself, you get all of Seth. And his delivery was the smoothest, was the easiest of all. So, let me move on. Sorry. I had to bring that up. I wasn't supposed to, but I did. Because that's part of being a mother. Sorry. That kid, there's always that kid, that child, those children in our lives that bring us to our knees, right? They want to do what they want to do because your mom and daddy don't know anything. We know more than you do. And like we've never been here before. We only speaking to our children because we have to tell them, hey, we've been there, we've done that. Just listen, at least listen. You don't have to do what we say, but at least listen to what we say so that when you get to that point where you have to make a decision, ooh, my mama told me about that. Yeah. That's humongous. Every time you got those kids, right? Challenging. There's always a child in your family, in your life that's going to bring you to your knees. Yes. Right? Yes. That challenge to bring you to your knees and find God in a way you've never found Him before. Am I right? Yes. The challenge of increasing your faith as a mother is humongous. This is the biggest part about being a mother. You have to have faith. You have to have faith because you're not around your kids all day long. You're not with them when they grow up, when they go out, when they're out into the world of Instagram, Twitter, Twitter, and all that mess that's going on out there. We have kids killing themselves. That bothers me. And I wonder, where are their mothers at? Not their fathers. Where's the mother at? That's detrimental. They have to input something. And By all means, my kids, they're not perfect. All 6 of them ain't perfect. But they all have a mother to go to. Good, bad, happy, or sad. And every child should be able to go to their parent, to their mother about anything. And for some reason, the mothers seem to be the easiest one. But I'm the mother that says no to everything. They go to dad about everything. I don't know what I do without Mike, I'm telling you right now. Yeah. What you need, money? Go get it. What you need, a ride? Okay. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. But everything they come to me with, I say nope. So they don't come to me. Thank you, Jesus. Go to your dad. Ask your dad what you need. And they do it all the time. Mike is always, no, okay, whatever you say. All right, let's go to Hebrews. Hebrews 11:1. Can we do that? This is talking about faith. By faith, by faith, by faith. There are so many people, just in this chapter alone, that by faith have overcome so many obstacles.
Yes.
Mike is telling me, should I read the whole thing? I don't want to read the whole thing. But we've got, what, Cain and Abel, right? By faith, one brother is giving a sacrifice that's better than the other. But one is better because he's giving from his heart, right? The other one is not. Yeah, I'm just giving it because I know there's kids out there that do that mess too. Here, just take it to me. Then we've got Enoch. Taken from this life, but never saw death. How is that? Is it by his faith that he's able to be taken and not experience death? That's kind of a crazy thing to me. We all know without faith, it's impossible to please God. Pastor Mike talks about that often, that without faith, you can't find your purpose. Without your purpose, you can't find your assignment. Why are we here? We don't even know. Half of us have no clue what the heck is going on, besides the fact that we have to love God first. And us women have a problem sometimes, putting God second or third after the husband and the kids. What I've learned is I got to put God first in everything that I do. And everything kind of falls into place. Not into the place that I want it, but it falls into place that where God's will is done. So, Mike told me last week, Mike put me through hell and back. I don't know how many times. But like he said, he's the oldest child still. But like he said, because I tried to put him first. And a lot of us women do that. We want to make sure that he's happy, that he's okay, and that, are your feet okay? Did you eat? Everything is about him. Well, what about us? They ain't even thinking about us, except for when they want something. You know what that's like then. So, they don't, it's not the same. It's not that nurturing, loving thing that we have for our kids, we have for our spouse. What I learned through all that, bumping my head, is I had to put God first. And once God was first in my life, I saw a whole different person here. That was a trip to me. And I tell every single one of you women that I've ever ministered to or spoke to, God wants to be first in everything, even before your kids. We are assigned these children because of our strengths, our gifts, the things that God has already instilled in us. He says, okay, these 2 people right here will be the perfect parents for these kids. Because I got something for them. I got something for them. Each child is a gift. And they all come with something that's going to help us grow as well. All right, so then I'm going to go to good old Abraham, right? Abraham, and Abraham's my homie. I call Abraham my home dog, right? This man and his faith is amazing. To trust God. God told him, pack up your stuff. You're going to go to a land you've never been to before. That's Mike and Flo. On faith. We don't know El Paso. What the heck are we doing here, right? He says that all the time. But by faith, even my mother, she tells us all the time, I don't know how you guys do it. Mama Davis, all the time, how do you guys trust God like that to where you pack your whole family up? And just we don't know, we have no idea what El Paso is about except for what Flo is Googling online. Okay, they're the same city, and they got good schools over there, and they're friendly, and this is what we knew about that before we came here. We stayed in a hotel for 2 weeks, had the worst credit ever, didn't have no jobs, except for one that was coming up, that's how we got here. And the real estate lady didn't run our credit, didn't give a rat's patootie. I got this beautiful home for you. 4 bedrooms, a swimming pool, top of the line,
Well,
refrigerator, stove, beautiful place. And we're like, what the heck is going on? We questioned, yeah, let's go, let's keep it moving. She didn't ask for anything. You have a deposit, here's your deposit. This lady knew nothing about us. God's favor because of our faith. That's all I'm going to say. God's favor because of our faith. And I think, actually I know, the more I read and devour who Abraham is, Abraham and Sarah, the mother,
yeah.
I can relate.
Amen.
But that's just me with Mike. But what brought me to this is Abraham, in verse 17, having the faith and the trust and standing on God's promises to take his one and only son, Isaac, to the altar. Take your child to the altar as a sacrifice. This child that Mama Sarah tried to do her own thing and get somebody else, have my child for me because I can't do it because she was old, right? Abraham, old. They said, we can't have any kids, but God promised Abraham, you're going to have an inheritance beyond the stars. How's that going to happen? I'm old as dirt. I can't have no kids. Sarah laughed about it. Ooh, you know she got in trouble, right? This wasn't going to happen. That's what they thought. So God blesses them with Isaac, that one and only child they had together, because that's the child that's going to bring that inheritance. And God tells Abraham, take Isaac to the altar. You're going to deliver me this sacrifice that you begged me for, that you've wanted for years, that you've prayed for, right? I don't think, did Abraham even tell Sarah? Abraham always went to go sacrifice a lamb, go sacrifice something, right?
Yeah.
That was a normal thing back there in the day. But this time he didn't have anything but little Isaac. Let's go, home. They're going to the altar. I wonder what he was thinking about. I wonder what Sarah was thinking about. Did Sarah know? Did Abraham tell Sarah? God told me that I've got to take our one and only child and sacrifice this child. What does a mother go through knowing the child that I waited so many years for is just about to be gone? I wonder that. I think about that often. But in this story is where I grab my strength from as a mother, as a parent. Abraham is a parent, but I think all of us as mothers can really stand on some of these things that are going on in this story. We have to learn to sacrifice our kids.
Yes.
We don't own them. We're temporarily here to lead and guide
That's right.
and Proverbs 22. That's our job. And a lot of times we get caught up in what we want for them and want to steer and guide and manipulate the situation so that it comes out the way we want.
Oh,
Listen, God already has a plan for this child.
amen.
He already knew the end result. He already knew
That's right.
who, what, when. Oh yeah, he knew that it was about to give you a headache. It was going to bring you to your knees. But if that's the way God has to get our attention, that's what's going to happen. Do we understand that?
Yes.
What I learned this past year is, yes, I don't own my child. And how dare I even think that I own any of my children.
Yes.
To sacrifice my child to God, all of our children, and trust the faith that I have in God because of the mess He's brought me out of with this
Amen.
guy.
Amen.
I've been through stuff. I've been through some things. I've been to a point where I was told I couldn't have these beautiful kids. I cried for weeks. I saw a bus pass by and I'm crying because I was told I couldn't have kids at 24 years of age. I got saved because Mama Davis told me, do I believe that Jesus Christ died for our sins? And I said, yes. But I didn't know God before that. Is that crazy? I didn't even know who God was. I had no idea who Jesus Christ. I had no relationship with God at all. She prayed for me. And because of my faith, I think I was pregnant 2 years later. I was overwhelmed, overjoyed. Because God knew my heart. I wanted a child. Mike is, I got 2 kids, girl. I don't know what you want them kids for. That's something something all of us women want. And all of us can do it. I think some of us don't have children, but we're mother-like figures to many people we have no idea about.
Yes.
And God blessed me with my 3 children. None of them were easy. But I have to remember that I give them back to God. Steer, guide, lead, teach them, and to remind them of who they are in Him. It's not about me. It's not about Mike. It's not about us as parents. It's about what God has in store for their lives, no matter which way they go, no matter what decisions they make. God's in control, and I had to learn that this past year. I have a peace about who I am as a mother because I'm a praying fool. I'm a mother to I don't know how many people I don't know how many cards I got in my box at work, not knowing that I'm just speaking to people, and they're telling me Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for being that mother figure in my life. Some of you do that and don't even realize that you're doing it. The words you speak into a young person's life, into a friend's life, you might be that mother figure to that person at that time. Keep in mind what you say. You got to watch what you say. Amen? Amen. Listen, when our kids bring us to our knees, it's kind of a weird thing because I don't want to ask, but because this is me. I've been cheated on, right? The first thing that comes to my mind, and I know women that have been cheated on, is it's my fault. What's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? That same mess happens with your kids. That same type of emotion, the devil tells us the lies of, what kind of mother are you? I thought you were supposed to be the mom appointed for this child. Look what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That happens to a lot of us. We sit back and we take the mess, the lies of the enemy, and let it go down deep. And we sit and we sulk. And we try to figure out, what did I do? Don't receive that. Whether you've been cheated on, whether it's your kids not doing what you think or ought they should do, don't. I'm telling you right now, God's faith is sufficient. His grace is amazing. Don't receive that. It's a lie. This is what I learned this past year. I've grown, my faith has grown so much that nobody can tell me anything. Because of my faith, I stand on God's promises. Amen? Okay, now, what I'm going to do is, I want to talk about 6 women, mothers in the Bible. First, I got to go to Eve, right? She's the original, she's the OG. The original mother back in the day, the first one.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this lady? She has taken the rap for all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
She make the pregnancy, delivery, that's her fault.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Jesus.
Yes.
But keep this in mind. You know, she found the apple, correct? Right? They say women, we're the only ones that remember anything anyway. That apple wouldn't have found the thing in the first place. So, you know, ask mom, like I told you on the movie, where's this? Where is that? Moms can tell you where everything's at. They remember everything. Under the bed, on the counter. The first mother, she didn't have a mother. She was the mother. Who was there to help her change the diapers when the baby was teething?
That's right.
But nobody was there with Eve.
That's right.
So mom wasn't there to tell her, don't touch that apple. She was on her own.
Yeah.
The first mother in the Bible, on her own to make her own decisions. How would you do by yourself without your mother? Just saying. Right? She's the first mother to have to deal with a homicide, right?
Yeah.
Cain and Abel? She couldn't blame it on Xbox, Nintendo, Facebook. She didn't have all that mess to blame it on. Right? No violent movies. She didn't have that. She was by herself. First homicide in the Bible. The first woman to bury her child. Think about it. Just reflect on that. Oh, how would you have it? My mom had to bury her child. How would you deal with burying your child? Just reflect. Just think about it. Then I got my girl Sarah. My girl Sarah married Abraham. Oh, gee, Sarah couldn't have no babies. But she was going to make sure a baby was coming, right? So I'm going to do my own thing, little Miss Sarah. Where's Hagar at? Girl, I would not put no woman in the bed with this man. And no. Come on, girl, just get in here. I need to have a baby. Get on over here. Come on. And she just goes, well, okay. Well, she's the handmaid, right? I got to do what they say. So she goes, honestly, how many of you women would allow another woman to come sleep with your man to make a baby? Not me. Again, Sarah laughed because she was so old. I can't have a kid. So to her, this was justifiable. I got to have a child because the promise of the inheritance, it's Abraham's. No, girl, this is your woman. These have to come through your passageway, through Abraham. But she thought it was only because of Abraham. It was those two together.
That's right.
It wasn't one or the other. And she had to have a reality check, right? You know what's so funny is, just a thought. Now, don't think I'm crazy, but, you know, Sarah's so old, she had Isaac. You know, they breastfed back in the days. All she had to do was sit down and put him on her lap and, you know. Anyway, Jacob and Esau's mom, good old Rebecca. She had a favorite. Yay. Right? She's the mom. She played favorites with her kids. And we got to pay attention to Rebecca because a lot of times that can cause a big mess.
That's right.
She schemed, she connived, and she was an accessory to the biggest daddy crime ever. I mean, really, did everybody know the story about Jacob and Esau? In plain scripture, in the book, it says that Isaac loved Esau because he was an outdoorsman, right? He was a man's man. Yeah, and Jacob was a mama's boy. Rebecca loved Jacob because whatever Jacob wanted, Jacob can have, and Jacob, anyways, he wasn't a man's man. He couldn't go hunt and do the things that a man does out there. He probably could, but he didn't want to, right? When the lines are drawn, and it's obvious who is thick with whom, life can be pretty messy. Rebecca was in the middle with Jacob. Do you know Jacob's name means trickster? I'm just saying. Never mind. Okay, to take the birthright from his older brother. He wanted to be the oldest. They're twins. One came out a few minutes before the other. But Rebecca says, come on, you're my favorite. You're going to make sure that your father blesses you instead of your brother. She's a trickster. I'm sure she rationalized that it wasn't such a bad thing since the twins are only separated by a few moments. But her hand in helping Jacob trick his father was her way of helping out the order, helping things out to diss her husband that's dying before he passes. Her hubby already had this is my oldest son, and back in the day, the oldest has a birthright.
Yes.
Right? When the father passes, there's a birthright that is bestowed upon that child that you are the oldest, you're going to take care of the family, you're going to be blessed, and all these good things. Well, Mom didn't want that. Mom wanted Jacob to have all that. Rebecca reminds us that's a dangerous thing to use maternal power to manipulate.
Amen.
There are some mothers out there that,
That's right. Yes, they do.
I'm just saying, no, let's go to Bathsheba. That's the lady who takes a bath, right? She's the bathing beauty. Right? She was well named because of her bathing beauty and King David. King David was attracted to Bathsheba. They had an illicit affair that resulted in the birth of a son. So David tried to get rid of the husband. Okay? Now that's like somebody tried to get rid of Mike because I had an affair with somebody else over here. This guy trying to get, so send him to war. He'll get killed out there. Get his butt out there and let's get rid of him. Send her husband to war. We think we have seriously evil plots in our movies today. Back then, that was some crazy stuff.
That's right.
Send your husband, and Bathsheba was just sitting there. What did she say? Did she say anything? Awesome. Okay, anyways, Bathsheba's husband was killed in battle, and David thought he had gotten away with it, right? He was confronted and repented bitterly. He thought he was going to get away with murdering, having a child with this other woman that was already married. The son, Solomon, became an amazing man in the Bible. Turned out to be a peaceful ruler. His wisdom was legendary. Bathsheba's motherhood gives women hope. There is hope, no matter what the circumstance is. God is good. God will bring out the best in the child that has nothing to do with what's going on between the crazy adults. Right? Say amen?
Amen.
Jochebed. You know who that is?
Moses' mother.
Mother of Aaron, Moses, and Mary. Listen, just that whole, the Prince of Egypt movie. Did everybody see that movie? Vita loves it. That's her favorite. So, they're sending Moses Moses went upstream, right? This is a Lifetime movie, right? This could be a women's Lifetime movies. You guys watch Lifetime? I watch Lifetime. I watch Real Housewives. I watch all kinds of stuff. I like other people's drama. Don't bring it to me. But I like to watch and say, that's not me. I don't have to worry about all that. But, they were killing the firstborns. Moses was literally sent upstream. Back in the day, to be sent upstream with them, what are you doing? She put this child in a basket, and the child was young. And there's Mary watching to make sure. That's my baby brother. Where are we putting him? Where is he going? Alligators? Who knows what was in that water to get a hold of that child, right? Moses' mom shows us that the determination and ingenuity of a desperate mother can result in surprising circumstances. This guy went and was raised with Pharaoh. He was supposed to be killed. The circumstance is, the end result, God was involved from Jump Street.
Amen.
From the beginning. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, Mary. Bad mother shut your mouth. Right? Talk about an early EPT. You guys know EPT? Early pregnancy test. Come on now. Right? And angelic visitation. Angel came and said, "You gonna have that baby." She was like, "What you talking about?" Come on. EPT. The angel was an early pregnancy test. She knew before most of us know when we were pregnant, right? This was a definite sure thing because an angel came. Right? So, the favorite girl had concerns because she wasn't married. How am I going to get pregnant? Everybody knows that this pregnancy was a special pregnancy. This wasn't just another, hey, go sleep, go get a handmaid and do all that. She was scared because when she became pregnant, you're stoned if you're not married back in the day. You're not allowed to walk around, and she walked around belly out and everything. This is not supposed to happen back in the day, and everybody knew something special was with this young woman. Very special. She still had to change the baby's diapers, right? When the baby came. She had to soothe him when he was teething. Had to teach him how to walk, how to clean up, clean his room, do all these good things. She had to cook meals for him, wash his clothes. That's Jesus.
Yeah.
Mary was Jesus' mother. She still had to do all these things. Right? Mary was there to remind Jesus of his call. Mary, I don't think they say much about Mary in the Bible enough to tell you about her character and who she was as a mother. She pops up in the Gospels here and there. I mean, she helped at the wedding. Hey, come on, Jesus, got to turn this stuff into wine. And she knew the blessings and the power of God in Jesus, her son. She knew that. But I don't think anybody really understands that. She walked a different walk than most mothers did. Mary had to watch her son be killed. She knew it was coming.
Yeah.
She watched all of it. She was at the foot. How many of you can watch your child be killed? How many can sacrifice your child as a mother in the name of Jesus Christ? Can you sacrifice your child? Can you sit there? She's the first mother that actually saw her son be killed. I couldn't do that with any of my kids. But if God called me to do so, I would. Would you? Would any of you do that? My thing is, through everything that Jesus went through, Mary was there, all the way to the end. And a lot of us mothers, we're there to the end.
Yes.
We're always there to the end. Mother's love is fierce and very stubborn at times, and sometimes we do wrong things for the right, what we think are the right reasons, and do the right things for the wrong reasons, right? Because we think everybody needs our help. Like this lady in our movie. She wants to save the world. That's what mothers do. This is something God has instilled in us. That nurturing thing, that thing where, you know what? You need me, I'm here for you. And there's only so much we can do. There's a lot we can't do without God's help and without faith. Amen? The best mother in the world is the mother that has a relationship with God.
Amen.
Not that they come into this world as a mother and everything is hunky-dory, but faith grows. I'm still growing. My faith is still growing. I'm reaching. I want that relationship with God, and I want to be able to please Him and His will be done in all of our children's lives, in my life, in my husband's life. But I can't do it without faith and without God by my side. When you look at the moms in the Bible, just say a silent prayer. The moms here, pray for each other, love on each other, and understand. A lot of times we text each other and we're going through so much, but we don't have the time. We don't take the time. 2 minutes to just say a prayer. Lift that person up right now, Father, in Jesus' name. Short and mighty, but your faith as you say it is what makes a big difference. Amen? Amen. Okay. What else do I have? Mike, did you want to come read something? You know what? Mother's Day is really about honoring mom, right?
Yes.
So some of you young people out there, there's a big difference with honoring mom that you think is one day a year. It should be every day. Do we understand that? Every day we should honor our moms. And that's just by respecting, loving, not fighting with each other, helping when somebody needs help, representing your parents and the values and beliefs that you've grown up with. That's huge. Mom doesn't have to be around. When you step your foot out to go to school, acting a fool, know that somebody's always watching and who you're representing. You guys want some more? No, just kidding. I'm done. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.
Now we're going to do our annual where we pray for the mothers. But before I do that, I wanted to read something I wrote. I wrote this last year for you mothers, and I'm going to spin it every year because when it fell out of Flo's notes, I didn't even know I wrote this. I have it on my computer, but I got so much stuff that I write. But I was like, babe, that was good. I'm going to have to share that again. And the Holy Spirit helped me write this, and I want to share it with you guys. It's called Mothers. And if anybody ever wants to copy, you know what I'm doing next year? Next year I'm going to have all this printed on a little card, and then we'll pass it out with the mothers in the rows. And I just told Flo that's what I'm going to do. That way you guys can have this. This is something that I wrote from my heart, and it describes a mother. It describes the essence of a mother, what a mother's substance is, and through all the ups and downs. And it's good that if you have it through the year, that you're going and you hit a hard spot or you go through a rough spot, you just need to read this and pick out what paragraph is ministering to you in your time. And it says, mothers are like none others, always making sure that they comfort others. Mothers are rocks that others stand on. Mothers are the bridge that leads you to dry land. Mothers are strong, unbreakable, but yet still remarkable. Mothers can do amazing things and remain unchanged. Mothers don't panic, they maintain their composure, always so loving, letting everyone lean on their shoulders. Mothers are anointed, and they often show it. Mothers can read your mind, especially when you are lying. Mothers carry the load, and their story is never told, always so humble, with actions so bold. Mothers are fearless when others mess with their nest. Mothers are graceful while balancing life's demanding tests. Mothers are watchful, many times they don't rest, always on the lookout, guarding against threats. Mothers are teachers, giving wisdom on how to survive. Mothers prepare us for the waves of life. Mothers often never get the praise that they deserve, always giving first, and with their heart they serve. Mothers are discerning, often knowing the road that you are taking. Mothers are forbearing, showing patience with great restraint, waiting for you to listen and for God to intervene. Saying to herself, if you won't listen to me, please, please listen to God. Mothers are hardworking, clocking long hours every day just to make sure they do their part by helping the bills get paid. Then they come home and make sure that dinner is made. Some mothers do it all on their own because their baby or baby's daddy is a punk and he's nowhere to be found. Leaving a mother to provide for herself and her young. I will leave you with this as I close out this poem. I challenge you to never leave your mother alone. Hold her, cherish her while you still can. Forgive her for the things that you do not understand. Love her today, tomorrow, and always, knowing she gave her very best in raising you. Without a man or with a man, she will never abandon you. No mother can. God didn't make mothers to run. He only made mothers to stand. And he gives them the capacity to only expand. Mothers, to love you forever and to love you again. Thank God for all mothers, especially the ones with no man. For they have it harder trying to be the woman and the man. So to all you moms, mamas, mommies, I salute you and I appreciate you. And yes, I do understand you. Happy Mother's Day. I love you.